today's video, we shall discuss about scope of public administration, that is part 2 of public administration subject, and that including the core system for UG or plus 3 third semester students and aspirants of UGC NET and civil service exams, aspirational candidates. Before we shall discuss about scope of public administration, we shall discuss about difference between integral view and managerial view. Professor M.P. Sharma differentiate between the two views, that is integral view and managerial view. In integral view, the integral view depicts all types of activity from manual to managerial and from non-technical to technical, whereas the managerial view takes into account only the managerial activities in an organization. Secondly, in integral view includes the activities all the persons engaged in the administration, whereas in managerial view restrict itself only to the activities of few persons at the top. Thirdly, administration according to integral view would differ from one sphere to another depending upon the subject matter. In managerial view is identified with the managerial technique common to all the field of administration. This is the difference between integral view and managerial view that that is given by Professor M.P. Sharma. Now we shall discuss about scope of public administration. The scope of a subject is the subject matter of its study. Similarly, the scope of public administration is the subject matter of its study as a discipline. Let us discuss the scope of public administration such as first is the Poskar view. Poskar view of the scope of public administration. Luther Gulke has given the scope view of the scope of public administration. The scope of the Luther Gulke described the scope of the subject by letters of the word postcard, which denote planning, P planning, O organization, S staffing, D directing, CO coordinating, R reporting, and B budgeting, and P planning. This is the postcard view of the scope of public administration. Now we shall discuss in detail all these words, all these letters in detail. First, planning. P stands for planning, which means working out the broad outline of the things to be done, the methods to be adopted to accomplish the purpose. This is the planning. So every organization has some planning to perform, what method to be adopted, how the organization run, it requires planning. So every organization requires. Thirdly, organization. O stands for organization, which means establishment of a formal structure of authority through which the work is subdivided, arranged, defined, and coordinated. Thirdly, staffing. S stands for staffing, which means the recruitment and training of the personnel and their condition of work. So every organization requires some number of staff, technical and specialist staff to perform the organization, to run the administration. So staff is an important element of organization or public administration. Then directing. D stands for directing, which means making decision and issuing order and the instruction. So this part of the administration based upon the topmost layer or upper layer or superior persons, superior authority of the organization who occupies at the top level of organization. So the superior authority direct to the subordinates or his follower to the lower ladder of the organization. Third is the coordinating. CO stands for coordinating, which means interrelating the various work division, the work of various division, sections and other part of the organization. So in every organization, all the organs, all the parts, all the divisions should be coordinated. The head of the organization, the head of the administration coordinate all the things, all the subject matter, all the personals, the activities of all sections in a common whole. The coordination is an important part, important elements or scope of public administration. Then reporting. R stands for reporting, which means informing the superiors within the agency to whom the executive is responsible about what is going on. So the subordinate are required to report the day-to-day work of the organization or each section or each division to the immediate superior. Reporting is also an important element, parts of the administration. It is an important elements or subject matter of public administration. Next, budgeting. B stands for budgeting, which means fiscal planning, control and accounting. Budgeting is an important element of administration. Budget is the purse of administration. Without budgeting, the administration cannot be run. So that is the budgeting. So this is the postcard view of administration or public administration, which is given by the Luther Gulke. According to Luther Gulke, the postcard activity are common to all organizations. They are in a common problem of management, which are found in different agencies regardless of the nature of the work they do. So criticism, now we shall discuss about some of the criticism of postcard view. The postcard view is not free from any criticism or any dismerit or demerit or disadvantage. The following are some of the criticism of this view or postcard view. First, the postcard view overlooks the fact that different agencies are faced with different administrative problems, which are peculiar to the nature of service they render, the functions and they perform. Secondly, the postcard view takes into consideration only the common techniques of the administration, ignore the study of the subject matter which the agency is concerned. Thirdly, the postcard view does not contain any reference to the formulation and implementation of the policy. This is the criticism of postcard view. Now we shall study about the subject matter view of the scope of public administration. Public administration deals not only with the process but also with the substantive matters of administration, such as defense, law and order, education, public health, agriculture, education, public work, social security, justice, welfare, etc. So public administration deals with all such type of substantive activities. This service requires not only postcard techniques but also have important specialist techniques of their own which are not covered by the postcode technique. Postcode technique. Okay? For example, if we take police administration, it has its own techniques in crime detection, maintenance of law and order, etc., which are much and more vital to efficient police work. Then the formal principles of organization, personal management, coordination or finance, it is the sum with other departments and services too. Therefore, the study of public administration should deal with the both process, that is postcode technique, and substantive concerns, that is the service work of the different organization or different departments. We conclude the scope of public administration with the statement of Louis Merriam. Public administration is an instrument which two blades like a pair of scissors. One blade may be knowledge of field covered by the postcode. The other blade is knowledge of a subject matter in which these techniques are applied. Both blades must go to make an effective tool. Herbert Simon, who says that public administration has two important aspects, namely deciding and doing things. The first provides the basis for the second. One cannot conceive of any discipline without thinking, deciding. Thus, public administration is a broad-ranging and an amorphous combination of the theory and practice. Thank you very much. In next video, we shall discuss about importance or significance of public administration. Thank you very much. Thank you.